streamlining bureaucracy, reducing foreign aid, and capping government spending so that we can afford our government again. Canada first. How do we like them apples? Nice. Show everybody. Great kid. Hey, I think she could be a future cabinet minister right here, right? She's our Minister of Communication. How do you like them apples? We're going to reward work again. The hardworking people here in these communities deserve to keep more of their paycheck for a change, so Conservatives will cut income tax by 15%. We'll get rid of the electric vehicle mandate to save you money on your car. Put you back in the driver's seat for a change. We're going to get rid of the capital gains tax when you reinvest your money here in Canada. And then there's the carbon tax. It's still the law of the land. They hid the tax from the pumps for a few weeks right before the election, thinking that they would trick Canadians into re-electing them for a fourth term. At which point they can put the tax back on higher than ever when they no longer need your vote but still need your money. They want to raise that tax on steel, driving our industry south of the border. My friends, I am the only leader who has consistently opposed this carbon tax, and as Prime Minister, within the first 100 days, I will pass a law to axe the tax for everything, for real, for good, for change. And our young people are going to have homes to live in again, to start families. You know, it was only 13 years ago my wife bought her home in Orleans. What was it? What did you pay for that? $230,000. 2012. How many bedrooms? 2 bedrooms. This was before me. I can't take any credit for this. She got this on her own. You were young. You were basically. Well, back then you were basically a teenager, right? She was 25 years old. She could buy a beautiful home in Orleans. And that's not with help from family, that's with the hard work that she did herself. That was the norm. In their 20s, young people used to be able to buy a nice place to live. And that meant that they could start their lives and build families in wonderful places like Barhaven, Greeley, Riverside South. But now, those homes are too expensive. Many of our young people feel shut out. The biggest single expense that goes into a new home today is taxes and bureaucracy. A third goes to taxes, another roughly third goes to the delays, the permitting, the lawyers, the consultants. More money for a new home goes to bureaucracy, to bureaucrats, than goes to the carpenters, electricians, and plumbers that actually build the homes. This makes no sense, and we will lead the way to fix it. As part of our 100 days of action, Conservatives will axe the federal sales tax on new homes to save you up to $65,000. We'll incentivize our municipalities to speed up permits, free up land, and cut their development charges as well to bring $100,000 of taxes off of the homes. We will sell off unused federal land and buildings for 300,000 future homes to be built. And we will incentivize cities to permit 15% more homes, all of which will allow us to build 2.3 million homes over the next 5 years. We want to bring home powerful paychecks to those homes. We're going to unleash our economy, $500 billion of extra economic growth by repealing the anti-energy and development laws, C-69. We're going to rapidly improve pipelines, mines, LNG plants, data centers, and much more to bring home our paychecks to Canada and become more economically independent so we can stand on our own 2 feet and stand up to anyone who gets in our way for a change. And we want those paychecks to come home to safe neighborhoods. So we will stop the crime for a change. Right across. Is there any crime in Ottawa these days? Is it worse than it used to be?
It's carnage!
A lot worse. Out of control. He says some of it happens on Parliament Hill, he says. What's that? Well, there's a lot of crime going on right across the country. Violent crime up 50%. Gun crime up 116%. Extortion up 350%. My friends, this is the result of liberal catch and release hug-a-thug laws that turn the same repeat offenders loose again and again on our streets. C-75 requires that judges release the accused at the earliest opportunity under the least onerous conditions, meaning that the same 40 offenders in Vancouver had to be arrested 6,000 times. That means once every 2 days, each of these guys was arrested. They basically have to be doing crime all day, every day, to get arrested every 2 days. It's insane. And then there's house arrest, C5. You can be a career car thief, having stolen 100 cars, and you get your sentence in your living room, watching Netflix, or playing Grand Theft Auto. And then you just walk right out of the streets and do it all over again. They tell the police they're not even afraid of getting caught. They don't even bother trying to avoid capture. They leave the evidence everywhere because it's more hassle to dodge getting caught than it is just to go in and out of the revolving door. Well, my friends, as part of the 100 days of change, we will repeal C-75 catch and release. We will repeal house arrest. We'll repeal the Paul Bernardo get out of jail free card and make sure he stays in the max pen. We will pass the 3 strikes you're out law, 3 convictions, no more bail, no more parole, no more house arrest, no more probation. It will be jail, not bail, jail, not bail. Offenders will, if they want to ever get out of jail, will no longer have a statutory release. Those with multiple convictions will have to earn their way out of prison with perfect behavior, clean drug tests, and learning an employable skill to ensure that when they get out, they'll be contributing members of our society, not going on carrying on crime. We're going to stand up for the law-abiding people right across the country. That means that we're going to secure our borders with 2,000 more border guards, more watchtowers along the frontier, scanners of shipping containers to intercept the drugs, guns, and stolen cars that come in and go out of our country. And we will pay for all of this by canceling the ridiculous multi-billion-dollar gun grab that targets law-abiding the farmers, and Grandpa Joe, they're not the problems. Grandpa Joe and his hunting rifle are not what's shooting up our communities. It's illegal firearms. And we're going to make sure that we as a nation are safe and secure. That requires we rebuild the great Canadian Armed Forces. We will be building 4 massive Canadian-made icebreakers to take back our icy waters and prevent the Russians and Chinese from incursions in our territory. Canada is going to protect its sovereignty. We're going to rely on no other nation for that. We are going to be a nation that protects itself. We'll have new landing runways in the north. We will fill all the vacancies in the Army, Navy, and Air Force. We will get those Poseidon aircraft up in the sky, surveilling the waters to look down and make sure there are no foreign submarines in our territories. And we will build, the first Arctic base in Canada since the Cold War, CFP. Learn their concerns and their fears, but also hear about their hopes and their aspirations. And it's meant so much to me that you invested in me, your hope. It means a lot to know that people, I'm actually in awe, you know, that so many people have put their hope that I can deliver for their future, for their lives. It means the world. Know that no matter what happens tomorrow, I will be there to fight for you, for your quality of life, for your future, for your hopes and aspirations, to bring home the Canadian promise that this country made and kept to my wife, Anna, and I. We both come from very humble beginnings. It is only in this country that we could be standing at this place. That's what makes Canada so special. It is a place where anyone from anywhere can achieve anything, where hard work gets you a great life, in a safe neighborhood, in a beautiful, affordable house under a proud flag. And so I leave with a message of hope to that small businessman who's grinding away, wondering whether he's going to make it through another month. Have hope. Change is on the way. It is my life's work to restore and uphold that promise for you and for all Canadians. Tomorrow is the day. Vote for the Canadian promise. Vote for change.
Something to